Hello, my lovely students. How are you? Today we will complete Unit 1 for Mega Goal 4 There is no place like home. Conversation and listening. Today we will learn how to describe what you are looking for. You will identify some new expression and vocabularies. You will ask and answer some questions about the conversation, and we will listen to the real estate agent talk about important factors to consider when looking for an apartment. Let's start with conversation. What do you think our conversation will be about? Excellent. It may be about renting a new apartment. How would you feel if you had to leave your parents' home and rent a new house? For me, I would feel unsafe and scareful. What about you? Now, let's listen to the conversation between Jason and Hamid about renting a new house.
Where are you going to live when you start college in the fall? I don't want to live on campus. There's too much noise when you're trying to study, and there aren't enough places to go when you want to socialize. So I'm going to get an apartment off campus. Cool. What kind of apartment do you have in mind? Well, I'm hoping to find a large modern place with an extra bedroom for visitors. It has to have parking, and of course, it has to have a washer and dryer. Hold on. Do you have enough money for an apartment like that? Why? Do you think it would be very expensive? You are clearly out of touch with rental prices. You need a reality check. An apartment like that will cost an arm and a leg. Like how much? We're talking megabucks. Maybe $2,000 a month. $2,000? I had no idea. I thought it would be a lot less than that. Only if you want to live in a tiny apartment way outside of the city. Well, maybe I shouldn't be in such a rush to move out. I could live at home with my parents just for the first year.
Okay, now what's the meaning of cool? Excellent. Cool means great. Hold on. Stop for a moment. Out of touch. Don't have a realistic idea. Reality check. An assessment of how realistic something is. An arm and a leg. A large amount of money. Megabucks. A large amount of money. Grand. Thousand. Now, are you ready to answer the following exercise? Number 1. What kind of apartment is Hamid looking for? He wants a large modern apartment off campus with an extra bedroom, parking, and a washer and dryer. Number 2. Why does Jason tell Hamid that he needs a reality check? He will not be able to afford an apartment like that because it's so expensive. Number 3. What decision does Hamid make at the end of the conversation? He decides to keep living at home for another year. Listening. Listen to the real estate agent talk about important factors to consider when looking for an apartment to rent. Listen carefully.
Finding the right apartment to rent can have a big impact on your life. Still, finding the right rental doesn't have to be an overwhelming project if you know what to look for. Here are some of the most important factors to keep in mind. The location of the apartment is extremely important. You might find a beautiful, big apartment, but if you don't like the neighborhood, you're probably not going to be happy in your home. Ask yourself, do I like the feel of this neighborhood? Is it convenient for shopping and transportation? Is it safe enough? Is having a lot of light important to you? Then be sure to check the number and size of windows in the apartment and whether they are facing south. If an apartment doesn't have enough light, you may find it to be a depressing place to live. Check the size of the rooms to make sure your furniture will fit. After all, the last thing you want to discover on moving day is that your queen-sized bed won't fit into the bedroom. Also check that there is enough closet space to fit all of your clothes. Do you have a pet? If so, find out whether pets are allowed in the building. If you don't like or are allergic to pets, you might want to look for an apartment in a building that does not allow them. Do you have a car? If so, you should check to see if a parking spot is included in the rent. You should also check the convenience and safety of the parking. And lastly, be sure to read every word of the rental contract. If there is anything you don't understand, get clarification before you sign the contract. The apartment you choose will be the place you wake up in and go home to each day, so it's worth taking the time to carefully consider these factors. If you do, you are bound to find a rental that is just right for you.
Now, what about you? Which factors do you think of when looking for a new apartment? Okay, what's the meaning of impact effect? Impact effect. Allergic, allergic, sensitive, sensitive, convenient, convenient, suitable. Clarification, it is a noun from the verb clarify. Now, can you answer this exercise? Take true the factors mentioned. The neighborhood. The neighborhood means district or location. Excellent. True. The number of windows. Excellent. True. The number of closets. It's mentioned. Excellent. The number of lights. Excellent. It's not mentioned. The number of neighbors. False. The size of rooms. True. The size of building. False. It's not mentioned. Whether outdoor barbecues are allowed. It's not mentioned. Whether pets are allowed. Excellent. True. Whether a parking spot is included. True. Pronunciation. In English, there are many two-syllable words whose part of speech and meaning change if you change the stress. Stress the first syllable of most two-syllable noun. Again, stress the first syllable is the most two-syllable noun, and stress the last syllable of most two-syllable verbs. Now, listen and practice.
1. Finding the right apartment can have a big impact on your life. 2. Paying rent that is too expensive for you can impact your lifestyle.
Pay attention. The first, impact, is a noun. Impact. But can impact, it's a verb. Number 3.
3. Finding the right apartment doesn't have to be an overwhelming project. 4. When you go to a job interview, you should project a sense of confidence.
Project, noun, but project is a verb. It means
5.
stand out.
Be sure to read every word of the rental contract.
Contract,
6.
noun.
Some people contract dangerous viruses while they are traveling abroad.
Now, the next exercise, you must match the words with their meaning. Number 1, Downsize. Downsize. It means go from bigger to smaller. Claustrophobic. Claustrophobic. It means afraid of small or enclosed spaces. Nurturing. Nurturing. Caring. Caring. Maintain. Maintain. To take care of and to keep in good condition. Minimize. Minimal. Minimal. Like minimize. Okay. The least amount. The least amount. Amenities. 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 It means attractive or desirable features. Is it clear for all, my dear students? Okay, see you later. Goodbye.